2086033. Hari ini saya akan menerangkan tentang sedikit sejarah French horn. French horn merupakan alat muzik bertiup logam, tetapi pada mulanya French horn diperbuat daripada tanduk haiwan yang telah wujud sejak zaman purba. Ianya digunakan sebagai alat isyarat. Salah satu instrumen yang ada sebelum horn ialah lur, yang wujud semenjak abad ke-6. Ianya diperbuat daripada gangsa. Tanduk ini digunakan di medan perang oleh Scandinavian. Ia membuat bunyi yang kuat dan tidak menyenangkan dan sesuai hanya untuk mengejutkan keganasan ke kamp musuh. Manakala di Eropah, para pembuat tanduk telah bereksperimen dengan berbagai jenis bentuk dan saiz tanduk untuk menghasilkan sebanyak nota yang mungkin. Pada tahun 1636, ahli muzik Perancis Marie Mersenne menulis 4 jenis tanduk di Harmonium Universal. Pertama sekali, tanduk besar. Kedua, the horn of several tones. Ketiga, the horn which has only one tone. Dan akhir sekali, the horn with which one calls from afar. Sekian, terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum dan sahabat sejahtera. Saya Ungku Najwa binti Abdullah, memegang kad menteri D2018-208-6056. Saya akan sambungkan keterangan yang Atiqah terangkan tadi tentang sejarah French horn ni. Alasan utama French horn digunakan sebagai alat muzik konsert untuk marching band adalah sebab alat muzik ini memiliki corong yang menghadap ke depan, front bell, sehingga suara yang dihasilkannya sesuai dengan arah pemainnya. Hal ini sangat penting agar sesuai dengan ciri marching band dan suara dapat mengarah pada pendengar atau penonton yang umumnya menonton dari satu sisi dalam sebuah pertunjukan marching band. Sekian, terima kasih.
Hi, I am Nabilah binti Mohammad Tarmizi, and this beautiful brass instrument is French horn. As a brass player, you must buzzing your lips into this mouthpiece. As you can see, French horn use the smallest mouthpiece like this. Your school may use single French horn which have 3 valves and one root tuning slide. The French horn that I use is single French horn that have 3 valves and one root tuning slide. Your right hand usually goes into the bell like this, and normally it stay at the same spot. But if you close it up, you will make the sound of the French horn mute.
Hi, my name is Nurul Syahirah binti Mohammad Zwawi. Today, I will talk about problem faces when we learn French horn. I will focus more on technique, how to overcome, and problem solving. I want to talk about breathing technique for French horn, especially of taking air in and out and using it. Usually, they try hard to produce loud sound and can't do it because they are too forced, because they can't control the air wisely. First thing, using the air is getting the right kind of air into the body and fill your lung with the air and try to produce sound like feel the air rushing down the back with throat is cool air. That means you are doing the right thing. Now, when you breathe out, feel the air again rushing through your mouth. So when you breathe in, you should feel your lung getting full of air. Practice every day before you play French horn. Next is posture. I will show you the correct posture when playing French horn and the right way to hold your instrument. Next is embouchure. You have to put your lips at the mouthpiece correctly to get a perfect sound. If your embouchure is wrong, the sound will be not perfect. Next is fingering. Fingering, you have to put the second, third, and fourth finger at the. This is the first valve. Second, you have to use third finger, and the third valve you have to use fourth finger. The wrong way of fingering is when you put another than these three finger like this. That's it. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Shafiq Azhar and Shahrizal, and I would like to explain to you about the do's and don'ts of taking care of the French horn. Okay, while taking care of the French horn, you would like to make sure that you keep the French horn like this. The bell is over here and the mouthpiece, and then once in position, you would like to make sure that the caps are closed, the locks are closed properly, like this, so that the French horn won't fall out of the casket. While picking up the French horn, do not pick up from the bell. Instead, pick up from the body over here. One other thing is that do not keep the box in a hot place. You must keep the box in a cool and dry place so that the French horn won't expand as it is metal.
Hello everyone, I am Wesley and this is my friend Awang. So today I would like to teach you how to take care of your instruments before and after you play. Before you play, leave your French horn from its case and by the bell and large tubing. Remember not by the valve lever or small slides. Next, every 2 or 3 days apply rotor oil to the valve. For each valve, hold down its lever and remove its slides. Turn the French horn up and put a few drops of rotor oil into the tubes, working the valve lever to distribute the oil. Replace the slides and repeat the process on the next valve. Next, place the mouthpiece into the mouthpiece receiver and gently twist it. If your mouthpiece becomes stuck, you don't force or tools to try to get it out. Your French horn is made of brass and soft metal and damage easily. Amro and maybe your hand director have a special tool to get stuck mouthpiece out quickly and easily. The case and then your French horn. Next, wipe the fingerprints out of your French horn with your polished clothes. Fingerprints contain acid will cause your French horn to tarnish and lose its shine. Next, put your French horn in its case and fasten the latches. Most French horn damage occur when it's left out on the chair, table, a bed, or on the floor. Check for loose item in your case that could bounce into your French horn and then or scratch it. Remember, don't store anything, Music towel, for example, on top of your French horn in its case, as they will push on the lever and slide and bend them.
Hello, my name is Awangku Ashraf, and I want to talk about one of the most legendary French horn player, which is Dennis Bryan. Alright, Dennis Bryan was born on 17 May. He was a British virtuoso horn player who was largely credited for popularizing the horn as a solo classical instrument with a post-war British public, which means he was largely popularizing the horn as a solo instrument instrument for classical during after World War II. Okay, about Dennis Bryan. At the early age, Bryan was allowed to blow a few notes on his father's horn. His father also was a horn player. Also did his grandfather, his uncle. During these years, Bryan also studied piano and organ. He was not only a horn player, but also a piano and organ. He used to be a piano player during school. It was not until the age of 15, Dennis Bryan was to transfer from St. Paul's School to the Royal Academy of Music to study horn. In his school years, at the age of 15, he was playing under his father. Well, his father was an instructor at the Royal Academy of Music. He played horn for a second time after he learned piano and organ. He developed embouchure at young age. So when he gets stronger, at the age of 21, Bryan was appointed to the first horn position in the National Symphony Orchestra. It was not long after he was required to join the World War II. He and his brother was also a musician, which he played oboe. Both brothers joined the central band of the Royal Air Force. When the Royal Air Force Symphony Orchestra was formed, Bryan joined, so did his brother. The ensemble went on a goodwill tour of the United States. Not long after, in 1943, Bryan's solo career truly began when Benjamin Britten wrote his serenade for tenor, horn and string for Peter Pears and Bryan. A February 1944 recording of the Beethoven Horn Sonata reveals a 22-year-old Dennis Bryan of extraordinary lyric virtuosity, fluidity, and music instinct. He able to caress note uncannily and soar effortlessly. By 1945, Bryan was the most sought-after horn player in England. He was 24 at that time. His father injured himself in the fall and lost much of his stamina to play. After the war, Walter Leach and Sir Thomas Beacom founded a Philharmonica and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, respectively. Bryan filled the position as a principal horn in both, along with Jack Baymer, who was on clarinet, Gwydion Brooke on bassoon, Richard Walton on trumpet, and Terence MacDonagh on oboe. He was a member of a royal family of wind instrument and Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. Later, he found that he did not have enough time to fill both positions and resigned from the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. And that's how he became famous. Okay, his achievements throughout his life as a horn player. At age 21, he joined the National Symphonic Orchestra. At the age of 24, he replaced his father as a principal horn player at Royal Philharmonica Orchestra. And then at 1953, he recorded his first piece, which is composed by Von Karajan and of course accompanied by Philharmonic Orchestra. If you don't know what is Philharmonic Orchestra, I tell you something about it. Philharmonic Orchestra is an ensemble of orchestra. And then lastly, his achievement, he has produced a program on radio called The Early Horn on 1955. Those are the achievements that he accomplished during his life as a horn player. Thank you.